Today, we speak about a fascinating queen whose story is often romanticized. Her reign was marked by political intrigue, manipulation, and alliances with Rome to maintain her power. She also faced accusations of cruelty and ruthlessness toward anyone who challenged her rule. This is the story of Queen Cleopatra VII of Egypt. Hello guys, and welcome. If you would like to hear more historical gossip, then just click on that subscribe button. Now, let's start today's video. Viewer discretion is advised. This is an educational documentary. Cleopatra, for the ancient Greeks, the father-loving goddess, was queen of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt from 51 to 30 BC and its last active ruler. As member of the Ptolemaic dynasty, she was a descendant of its founder Ptolemy I, a Macedonian Greek general and companion of Alexander the Great. Her first language was ancient Greek, and she was the only known Ptolemaic ruler to learn the Egyptian language. In 58 BC, Cleopatra presumably accompanied her father, Ptolemy XII, during his exile to Rome after a revolt in Egypt, a Roman client state, allowing his rival daughter Berenice IV to claim his throne. But unfortunately for Berenice, she was killed in 55 BC, when Ptolemy returned to Egypt with Roman military assistance. After his death in 51 BC, Cleopatra and her brother Ptolemy XIII started ruling together, but they disagreed over the distribution of power and authority, leading to conflicts and ultimately a civil war. After losing a battle in 48 BC against Julius Caesar, Pompey, a Roman leader, sought refuge in Egypt. Even though Pompey had been friends with Cleopatra's father Ptolemy XII, her brother Ptolemy XIII, influenced by his advisors, had Pompey attacked and killed before Caesar's arrival in Alexandria. Caesar tried to make peace between the rival siblings Cleopatra and Ptolemy XIII, but Ptolemy's top advisor Pothinos thought Caesar's terms favoured Cleopatra. Caesar indeed had started a secret romantic relationship with her, and together they had a son named Caesarion. Feeling cornered, Ptolemy ordered his forces to besiege Cleopatra and Caesar in the palace. After the siege was broken by reinforcements, Ptolemy XIII later died in the Battle of the Nile. Cleopatra's half-sister Arsinoe IV was later sent away to Ephesus for her role in the siege. Cleopatra visited Rome as a queen under Caesar's protection in 46 and 44 BC, staying at his house. After Caesar was killed, she made Caesarion co-ruler and changed his name in Ptolemy XIV. After the assassination of Julius Caesar, a civil war broke out between 43 and 42 BC known as the Liberators' Civil War. This conflict saw the second triumvirate composed by Octavian, Mark Antony, and Marcus Aemilius Lepidus, facing off against Caesar's assassins who sought to restore the Roman Republic. Cleopatra aligned herself with the Roman second triumvirate during this conflict. After meeting at Tarsus in 41 BC, the queen began a relationship with Mark Antony, leading to the birth of 3 children. Additionally, she requested that Mark Antony oversee the execution of Arsinoe IV, Cleopatra's younger half-sister. Arsinoe, born from the same father but possibly a different mother, as mentioned earlier, played a role in the power struggles within the Ptolemaic dynasty in Egypt. Additionally, Mark Antony became increasingly reliant on Cleopatra for financial support and military aid during his campaign against the Parthian Empire and the Kingdom of Armenia. With the donations of Alexandria, they declared their children as rulers over lands Mark Antony once governed as part of the triumvirate. This involved Mark Antony officially acknowledging Cleopatra and their children as leaders of these territories, granting them significant authority and titles. This relationship, combined with Mark Antony divorcing Octavian's sister Octavia Minor, ignited the final conflict of the Roman Republic. Octavian used propaganda in Rome to paint Mark Antony as disloyal and Cleopatra as a threat to Rome's stability. He portrayed Mark Antony as controlled by Cleopatra, neglecting his Roman duties for a luxurious life in Egypt. This caused Mark Antony's allies in the Roman Senate to flee Rome in 32 BCE and declare war on Cleopatra. After defeating Mark Antony and Cleopatra's naval fleet at the 31 BC Battle of Actium, Octavian's forces invaded Egypt in 30 BC and defeated Mark Antony, leading to Mark Antony's suicide. When Cleopatra discovered that Octavian intended to condemn her and publicly humiliate her in Rome's main square, she chose to end her own life by poisoning, contrary to the common belief that she was bitten by a venomous snake. After her death, Egypt became a province of the Roman Empire, marking the end of the last Hellenistic period state in the Mediterranean and of the age that had lasted since the reign of Alexander the Great, from 336 to 323 BC. Cleopatra's legacy endures to this day. Their influence is seen in both ancient and modern art. Throughout history, Cleopatra was often depicted negatively in ancient Roman accounts and Latin poetry. This perception continued into medieval and Renaissance literature. She appeared in various art forms, including Roman sculptures, paintings, and coins, as well as cameos and reliefs. During the Renaissance and Baroque periods, she inspired numerous works such as operas, paintings, poems, and theatrical productions. From the Victorian era onwards, Cleopatra has remained a symbol of fascination with Egypt, appearing in modern films, satire, and commercial branding. And you guys, what are your thoughts on the remarkable story of Cleopatra of Egypt? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you liked this topic because this is part of a series of videos about badass women of history, so make sure you subscribe and hit the bell button so you don't miss the next episode. Thank you for watching.